From News 3 Now, this is breaking news.
Thanks for joining us today at noon. I'm Josh Spreiter. We come on the air with that breaking news. Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes will be the next chief of the Seattle Police Department. This follows a national search, according to the Seattle Mayor, Bruce Harrell. Barnes is expected to start next month. Mayor Harrell says Barnes possesses impressive leadership capabilities, a compassionate approach, and a dedication to effective police work. Barnes was selected from a pool of 57 applicants. This was Barnes' video message to Seattle moments ago.
Our officers and community are now navigating the emotional aftermath of this tragedy. My immediate responsibility is to support my officers as we come to terms with this devastating event. I look forward to joining you in person next month to learn more about the Seattle Police Department and our commitment to safety and
MPD Public Information Officer Steph Fryer releasing this statement to me just before we came on the air here at noon. She says, quote, "The process has been in the works for several weeks and months. His sole focus this week is on supporting the families of ALCS and will not be saying anything further about Seattle at this time. He will talk about his time in Madison and all of our department has done in the last 4 years," end quote. Right now, students at several high schools in the Madison area are staging walkouts and marching to the state capitol to protest gun violence. This following, of course, the shooting at Abundant Life Christian School. Our Merrill Hubbard is live on the route of the march at this hour. Merrill, what are you seeing out there?
Hey Josh, yeah, I'm with hundreds of MMSD students as they're marching. We started at West High School and now we're up to the Capitol. Here with me is one of those students that goes to West. How you doing today?
Hi, I'm so good. This is amazing.
How does it feel to have hundreds of people walking behind you to protest against gun violence?
This is just truly amazing. I didn't think we would get this many people to come, but every single person basically from our school is here, and I think it's so important since it affects all of us.
Right. And as a student in Madison, what does this mean to you?
Well, so especially as a student in Madison, after a shooting happened in our community, it's genuinely so important to show up and support and show that, like, this is important and that we need to do something, because it's scary knowing that it could happen to any of us at any point, and knowing that I could not make it out of my school one day. And I just genuinely think that it's such an important thing, and it's scary that it's happening in my community. But we're all here to show and support that we care.
Thank you so much for going on to me today. We're still marching. We're on State Street. I don't know if y'all can see here. So only steps away from the Capitol. We're going to have a couple of big speakers as well. They said maybe the mayor would talk at this. We're going to find out and have some other student speakers. But for now, reporting live in Madison, Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Merrill, thank you. Continuing coverage now on the Abundant Life Christian School shooting. We've learned the 15-year-old who shot and killed a teacher and student on Monday was only in her first semester in school. School officials say she seemed to be settling in. Teachers had been working with her family on attendance, but teachers had no significant concerns. 2 other students who were shot remain hospitalized today in critical condition. Well, turning colder this weekend, First Warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka has a look at your certified most accurate forecast in a winter wonderland outside, Kelly.
Yeah, it's really bright out here with this fresh snow cover now that we have the sunshine. Actually, a very picturesque scene out here. And as you mentioned, it's going to be cold this weekend, so this snow is going to be sticking around. And boy, did they get walloped, especially northeast of Madison. Some of those locations up there near Watertown and Dodge County, picking up over 8 inches of snow, generally about 3 to 4 inches of snow in the Madison area. Some locations a little bit more than that as you go up to the north. But now the snow is done with. It's just rather chilly, especially with this north wind. Our wind chill right now feels like 15 in Madison, 16 currently in Janesville. We have the north wind up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour. These will be coming down gradually as we go into the afternoon hours, but it's going to be setting up for a chilly night tonight. Just a few clouds around the area. Otherwise, we'll look at mostly sunny skies today as we get up to a 27 is the temperature right now. North wind at 16, though, makes it feel like 15. So definitely a cold Friday for us. 27 in Madison, 28 in Middleton. We'll maybe rise another degree or so before the afternoon is done. The snow's not going anywhere anytime soon, but will it last through Christmas? We'll take a look at that forecast and also how much snow other areas have seen coming up in about 15 minutes.
Well, I can tell you one thing. It's nice to see the sunshine on a Friday, Kelly.
Sun and a white landscape. Really
nice
pretty
and
out here.
Fresh out. All right. Thank you. Well, as Madison starts to shovel out from last night's snowstorm, the city wants to remind residents that their sidewalks must be shoveled by noon tomorrow, or they could face fines and fees totaling up to hundreds of dollars. On the roads, there was no snow emergency, but all of the city roads will be plowed if they have not already been done so right now. Crews started plowing around midnight last night and are estimated to finish sometime in the next 2 hours. The city recommends choosing off-street parking options if available. Looking ahead to next week, trash and recycling will not be collected on Tuesday or Wednesday for Christmas. Drop-off sites will also be closed those 2 days. Holiday travel begins tomorrow and ends January 1st. That's according to AAA. Their experts are looking at a record number of travelers this year, with a record 7.8 million people expected to fly. AAA and TSA both say this year has been a record-breaking year for air travel already. With Christmas just 5 days away, the people of Asbury Church in Madison are spreading holiday cheer one coffee at a time. When driving down University Avenue this morning, you probably saw people holding free coffee signs and waving at drivers. Well, the pastor says the church holds coffee on the curb at least 4 times a year to show the community love and support. She says this event came right on time, especially after this week's deadly school shooting.
After what happened on Monday, we just want to be out here and telling people, we love you, Madison, we love you, Middleton, we're here for you.
By getting the coffee in the cup and saying coffee for sale, and also just having people come by and getting free coffee.
Asbury Church leadership invites the public to attend one of their Christmas Eve services on Tuesday at 2 p.m., 4, or 7. The suspected United Healthcare CEO shooter faces new charges. That's after he arrived in New York yesterday. It's his first time back in the city since authorities say he murdered 50-year-old United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. He faces multiple charges, including an act of terrorism. He appeared in court yesterday on 4 additional charges. Those include stalking and murder. To the nation's capital now, lawmakers are scrambling to pass a bill to fund the government. Without it, the government is poised for a shutdown at midnight tonight. It comes after House Republicans failed to push their own spending measure yesterday. This bill was a slimmed-down version of the previous spending package. President-elect Trump spoke against that plan. This led to some Republicans voting against it. If the government is shut down, it cannot pay federal workers. That includes those with the TSA.
It could be very bad. If it gets to a point where TSA workers have to choose between, am I going to feed my children, put gas in my car, or come to work because they're without a paycheck, that's definitely going to affect the way that passengers travel throughout the nation.
It would all come before some of the year's busiest travel days. In the last 4 decades, the government has shut down 20 times, lasting at least a day. But the big question on many people's minds is, how will a shutdown impact you? Well, the 73 million people in the United States who get Social Security benefits will not need to worry, as it is considered mandatory spending, along with Medicare and Medicaid. However, millions of federal employees would be going without paychecks just before Christmas. During a shutdown in 2013, 850,000 workers were furloughed. An extended shutdown would require military personnel and TSA employees to continue without pay. When the government reopens, they would be retroactively paid. Still ahead for us on a Friday afternoon, how much is up for grabs in tonight's Mega Millions drawing, plus Super Saturday. How many Americans are expected to hit the stores for last-minute holiday shopping this weekend?
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
With less than a week to go before Christmas, Teamsters union members walked off the job at several Amazon delivery centers around the country on Thursday. The union says its members voted to authorize the strike due to the company's unwillingness to negotiate a contract over demands for better pay and better conditions. Amazon says its delivery drivers are not direct employees, but drivers for third-party businesses. The company also says it doesn't expect the strikes to impact deliveries. This is the last weekend before Christmas, and according to the National Retail Federation, more than 157 million Americans are expected to head out for some last-minute gift shopping on Super Saturday. The survey found that more than 69 million people will do a combo of online and in-store shopping, while nearly 50 million people will shop in stores only. 38 million shoppers plan to buy their items online only. And this could help pay for some last-minute gifts. Tonight's Mega Millions drawing is an estimated $825 million. That's the 7th biggest jackpot in the game's history, with a cash option of more than $382 million. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Carissa Lawson.
Here's your stock report at the noon hour. The Dow is up 725 points, NASDAQ up 320, and the S&P 500 also up today, about 94. Our call for action volunteers are in the building today, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Remember, you can call for action at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Well, later on Live at 4, Angie Horkin shares 2 easy beef recipes for you to use for the holidays that you'll come back to again and again. But first, Kelly's back with the first warn forecast next. Time to check in with Pam Bianchi for your Midwest Farm Report and our last check-in before the Farm Babe's off on her holiday break.
Yep. I'll still be in the state, but not in front of the camera. Thank you, Josh. Just got an update from the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. They've confirmed that case up in Barron County, it was HPAI, high-path avian influenza, that impacted a farm worker up there. Like I've mentioned before, the farm worker recovering well, but I just wanted to make sure I brought that to your attention. Here's another thing I want to bring to your attention. The Wisconsin 2024 Outstanding Teacher Award going to an agriculture instructor that's in the Milwaukee Public School District. His name is Joshua Gonzalez. He's a second grade teacher, also the chairman of the River Trail School of Agriculture Science. What's interesting to me is that Milwaukee Public Schools are making a dedicated effort to try to give this curriculum to all of their schools. In fact, Gonzalez is working with students from pre-kindergarten through 8th grade, trying to help them understand where their food comes from, how it's produced, and how they might engage in the process. He says his kids aren't necessarily wealthy, so they are focused in on what they can do within their means to try to grow at least some food. They also lean on their food forest, which is 2 acres of an orchard that produce Asian pears, chestnuts, as well as hazelnuts that he shares with the class. Way to go, Joshua Gonzalez, second grade teacher and agriculture committee chairman at River Trail School of Agriculture Science in the Milwaukee Public Schools. How about that? Today, barrel cheese stands still at $1.76. 40-pound block cheese down a quarter, $1.85 1/4. Double A butter up 4.5, $2.55 1/2. I'll give you a little inside scoop on that butter price, Josh. Right now, we're having our farm department Christmas party. Yeah, might be a little butter involved in the recipes that we're sharing with people today.
I think a lot of butter. You're lying. Well, Pam, you have Merry Christmas and safe travels to you. Are you heading up to Pambo?
Yep, come on up to Pambo if you want to visit. I'll be there for the Bears game. I'll be there for the next game on Monday night. Yep, everybody's welcome. Look for the truck.
All right, well, we'll see you when you get back. Thanks, Pam.
All right, buddy.
Let's go to first warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka. He's out on the weather patio with the latest snow totals, and boy, it's really making for a picturesque scene outside, Kelly.
Yeah, it's really bright out here. It's really nice to see the sunshine with the white snow out here. Definitely a brilliant sight out here. No, it's not snowing out here. Occasionally you see some flakes of snow, and that's just falling off of the trees with this north wind. Thankfully, I'm protected. This is up to the north and east of Madison near Beaver Dam. That's a foot-long ruler, about 8 inches. Measured there. Thanks, Marilyn, for sending in that photo. And these are some of the totals. Horicon got up 9 inches of snow. Boscobel to the west, 6 inches. Sun Prairie, 6 inches as well. Watertown, 6 inches. So basically the heaviest totals fell to the north and east of Madison, but there were some totals that were pretty hefty. Even at the airport, 5.5 inches here in Madison. Here at the station, nearly picked up 4 inches of snow. Well, we got quiet weather, the sunshine making for a very picturesque scene out here on this Friday. It will be rather chilly, so the snow that we have is not going to go anywhere this weekend. So if you want to do some snow activity, skiing or snowboarding, this is the weekend to do it because we'll be only in the 20s, but we are looking at some upper 30s, so some of this snow will become a little bit more sloppy as we go into a Christmas day. But I think actually we'll probably hang on to an official white Christmas. All you need is an inch. There's another chance of a little bit of light precipitation. It might be some snow mixed with a little bit of rain. It does not look like much. That'll be coming in on Monday. So anybody traveling this weekend should be okay. Just need those sunglasses with the bright skies that we have. All right, winds are out of the north, and they'll be still up at around 15 miles per hour throughout the afternoon. They should be coming down, though, fairly quickly as we get into the evening hours. And we've got high pressure building in from Canada. It's going to settle overhead tonight. And with it coming down from Canada, it's bringing its cold air with it, and that's what we're going to expect tonight with temperatures dropping down in the single numbers. You see from our Platteville sky cam, we have a mostly sunny sky, just a few cumulus clouds here and there. Temperatures getting up into the upper 20s today. Quickly dropping, though, once that sun goes down and those winds diminish tonight. We'll be falling quickly through the teens this evening, so definitely bundle up. 29 today, 6 tonight expected, so that 29 is close to our average, but that 6 is way below our average. Noticing the sunsets now at 4:25. That's actually 3 minutes later than our earliest sunset at 4:22. All right, we'll look at partly to mostly sunny skies today as temperatures rise in the upper 20s. We'll look at mostly clear skies tonight. I know this computer model is showing a few clouds rolling in, but I expect more sunshine or more clear skies tonight and more sunshine expected tomorrow. But it's going to be rather cold. We're only going to be in the teens tomorrow afternoon, so definitely bundle up. Our temperatures right now are generally in the mid to upper 20s. We're sitting at 27 in Madison, while we're looking at 20s across all of Dane County at this hour. We will look at some sunshine today and also tomorrow, temperatures in the teens, but we'll be warming up. A chance of some mixed precipitation. It'll be pretty light on Monday. Upper 30s expected by Christmas Day.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Well, right now, students at several high schools in the Madison area are staging walkouts and marching to the state capitol to protest gun violence. This is following the Abundant Life Christian School shooting, of course, this week. Our Merrill Hubbard is live at the route of this march. And Merrill, what are you hearing from some of those students out there?
Hey Josh, yeah, we just got to the Wisconsin State Capitol after marching with hundreds of MMSD students. Now they are standing and walking in support of Abundant Life Christian School and also marching against gun violence. And here with me, I'm going to turn the camera, is one MMSD student. Sorry, I have gloves on, so it's a little bit hard. Let's see if I can, oh my gosh, I'm going to use my nose, guys. This is the real life here. All right, this is Fiona. She is a West High School student. Fiona, why is it important for you to be out here today?
I think this is an issue that we've heard about year after year, but it being so close to home, it really hits especially hard. And I think that in my community, we want to get out and we want to fight for our right to a safe education. And I think seeing everybody here today, I know that change will come.
What was it like to have this sort of news so close to you and your community?
Especially, I mean, from the second that we saw it on the news and we saw the report, I think it was extremely devastating and scary to know that this is still happening, this will still happen, and to us, it doesn't seem like much is being done. And so I think, you know, it was very sad, but it's also very empowering, and we want to get out and make change.
What were some things that you were thinking about while walking with your peers today?
I think it was a great time to reflect on the news and on a lot of the sadness we've all been feeling in the community. But I also think, you know, sharing experiences, sharing our information and how we feel has been really helpful to process everything and then also to look to the future and think about what we can start doing.
Thank you so much, Fiona. I really appreciate you talking and get back to your march and everything. Thank you. All right, guys, got to turn the camera again with my nose because I have gloves on. We're going to stick around here and get some more sound and talk to some people, that are here for this march. But for now, reporting live in Madison, Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Merrill, thank you. Back to that breaking news we brought you at the top of this broadcast. We now have a statement from the mayor's office on Chief Barnes' departure from MPD. It reads in part, quote, "The chief has been a steady, forward-thinking leader throughout his tenure, and he will be greatly missed. The tragedy this week has been all-consuming, and we still have much healing to do as a community." Chief Barnes was at the center of coordinating local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies during an unprecedented moment. He did so admirably. She says the Madison Police and Fire Commission will hire Barnes' successor and outline its new search plan for a new leader in the coming weeks. Of course, developing right now. We'll have later today. Today in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, Howard is taking advantage of all the winter vegetables available at the supermarket.
No weeknight dinner is complete without a really good side dish. And the one we're making today is so good, it just might overshadow your main dish. This time of year, our markets are brimming with winter veggies. The good thing about these are they're reasonable and super versatile, which means they're just as good in our soups as they are sautéed. But my new favorite way to make them has to be roasted. Let me show you. We start by cutting half a head of cauliflower into florets and placing them in a large bowl. To that, We add some Brussels sprouts that we've cleaned, trimmed, and cut in half, along with some chunked up carrots and butternut squash. You want to make sure everything is cut about the same size so they cook evenly. And when it comes to cutting the butternut squash, we found that it's easier to cut it into chunks before removing the skin. Or better yet, if your market has them already peeled and cubed, pick those up. Now all we have to do is toss them with some olive oil mixed with a good amount of seasonings before roasting them. And when these babies are tender on the inside and crispy around the edges, are you ever in for a treat? You see, when we roast them, the natural sugars come out, making these irresistible. I do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for what we call roasted winter veggies.
Thanks for joining us today at noon. We'll see you at 4.